Welcome. In this video, I would like to demonstrate how we can search an element in an array. So we are here having our program that we want to actually create together. This program will ask a user to enter an integer which is used to check against the elements of an array. The user will enter a certain integer, an integer, and we're going to take that value and check if the array that we have contains such element or such a value. And if the value is found, we are going to display found. Otherwise, the program should display not found. So let's begin. Here, first of all, we need to have the array. We are going to create an array of 10 integers here. We just call them numbers. And it's of 10. For now, I'll just use this one. I'll just initialize 10 integers. For simplicity, I'll just have my integers 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Those are my numbers. And we want to ask a user to enter a set number. So we need to find or to declare a variable that should be keeping the value entered by the user. So we should have anything here. Maybe we just call it maybe user value, or what can we call it? How? Maybe search value will do. So let's just call it a search value. Yeah. Then we can ask a user to enter something here. Okay, let's just have enter. We should have some good spaces and it should go up. So cout enter a value, enter integer to search. Okay, so maybe we should have this one here. We want to have an integer to search. Then we should have this one in kept it in value something like this. Okay, so we have our program here that is able to ask a user for an integer, and when the integer is entered, we are keeping it in a set value. Then we need now to use this value that user enters here to check against the numbers in this array. For example, if a user enters 30, should be able to come into this array and search. The moment we get 30, then our program should display found. Otherwise, if somebody entered the 120, it will search throughout this and the 120 will not be found. So the program should display not found. Okay. To do so, we need to have the for loop. And this will be int. We can have int I equals maybe 0, I less than our size of an array, then I plus plus. And we need to have an if statement that will be used to check. So we want to be checking if the search value is equal to an element on index 1. If it will be equal to, then it's found. If not, we are going to loop and have an element on index 2 up to the end, starting from index 0, of course. So we should have that one checked against an element on index 0. But what is index 0? Index 0 is represented as I, because this will be changing. So if they are the same, then that message should be displayed. Or we should have something done that should help us to display that message. So we can just have a message to display here, or we can keep that message somewhere and display later. We are going to do a little bit of a change here. And the change will be, we're going to have another variable just to keep whether something is found or not found. So just to make it a little bit nicer, but there are many ways you can go about this. So I'll just have it maybe found. Let's try to use the bool. Then we have found. So by default we are going to initialize it to not found. So bool found is equal to false. Then if it has managed to find the value here, then immediately we can change the value of found to 1, to true. After this, then we can exit our for loop. No need to continue searching. The moment it is found that the value is there, it should stop searching, it should stop matching. So we can exit immediately the for loop, we can break immediately. So if it will not find anything, then the value of found will still be 0 at the end of this for loop. So here we can just make a check. If found, then cout found, else cout not found. So that's our program. Okay, try to understand what we are doing here. Just maybe before we run it, just to make sure we are together, we have declared this variable, this array of 10 numbers, and we have a value here, that a variable that we are going to be using or to get values from the user. So here we are asking a user to enter any integer, and we are going to use this to check if that integer is found in this array. So we are getting that integer, and here we are looping through from the first element to the last element. Each iteration we are going to be taking the value here, checking it against the value that the user has entered using this if statement. So if the value entered by the user is the same as the value on the index position in this array, on the position as indicated by I here, then we are going to have found equals true. Then we are going to stop searching. It means the value that the user has entered is contained in our array. So we stop there. But if it's not true, then we are going to have another iteration up until we find the value, or up until we go to the end of the array. So at this point, if the value was found, then found was changed to true. Therefore, if it is true, we are going to display found. If not, we are going to display not found. Let's try to compile and run this program. We have 10, 20 up to 100. Let's try by entering 60. If we have 60, so it's saying found here. Let's try to run it again. This time around, we are going to enter a value which is not there, 120. Not found. We put maybe 23, not found. We put maybe 80, found. So this is how you can implement a search. We are making a search. We want to know if a certain value is available in a program, so we can use that. There are many other programs. You can make modification of this program to, for example, identify or get a lowest value from here. Of course, this one has been put in ascending order, but the values can be in any order, can be mixed up, and you should have a program that should be able to identify or retain the smallest value, or a program that should be able to get the highest value. Or you can add these numbers together to calculate average, etc. In our last video, probably, we are going to show you how you can use arrays with functions. We'll demonstrate that probably using how you can add numbers together, how you can send a set of values using array to a function, maybe to add them together and give you a sum or to calculate an average. So see you in that video.